been highlighted on the top page of the Standard, where we're being told shock revelation of budgeted graft. Now, this is about Auditor General suggesting that government technocrats are in fact hiding billions of shillings in suspected allocations to facilitate looting, as civil society blames state capture. Now, this was highlighted by Africa, a civil society organization, and it is being detailed upon on page 6, where Oko has called for a review of the budgeting process that is obviously being taken advantage of. And it has I'll read something here that says fighting corruption has become difficult because of the evil pact between politics and graft. I'll start with you, Mr. Kambona.
Yeah.
When you see this, the two sectors working together, the people who are corrupt and politicians, and they're trying to make it mainstream even. We're having things such as the South Sudan peace process, budget allocation being given to a county government somewhere. I mean, when you see that, what is it?
Yes, that brings us again to the issue of, do we leave this precious commodity called land in the hands of cartels?
Yeah.
Who are the people who are colluding, in most cases, as you've indicated here, politicians?
Yes.
Because cartels seem to be the people running these land issues. I mean, when you read all this, it's about a few individuals who are out to make quick money.
Right.
And knowing very well how desperate Kenyans are for land, and yet, ironically, a lot of this is for speculation.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of land in Kenya which is lying fallow just because, like you put it, politicians, and not just politicians, but even the private sector, and in cahoot with cartels.
They're all in on it.
They are all in on it, and so if you were to look at what a Kenyan would say he owns or she owns, land seems to come at the top.
Yes,
and
if
so,
you own land, you've made it.
Yes, if you have land, you've made it. And then the cartels are saying, with the weak laws, or maybe the laws are not weak, but with the maneuvering of the cartels, then we are able to also make money from this unsuspecting Kenyans.
Yeah.
And then comes finally, of course, the political angle where the politician also maneuvers that Kenyan land situation for their political ends.
So what Mr. Kambona is talking about is being highlighted on the Daily Nation on page 11, where we're being told that there are legal loopholes that are helping land grabbers in land theft. But on the Standard, on page 6, we're being told that the Auditor General is pointing to a sort of coordination between politicians who are making those mandated in making county budgets, and they're trying to infuse certain allocations that can be bypassed because they're legally in the document, and this is meant to do this, but then this amount of money basically winds up serving their personal agendas. They don't go to whatever shady allocation had been pointed out. Mr. Abdi Somad, when you see this one, what do you feel? It's quite scary that it's being mainstreamed.
Let me tell you, it has taken us 70 years to eradicate, corruption from system in Taiwan. For instance, in Taiwan, it has taken 70 years to eradicate corruption from the system. We are 55 years of age.
Yeah.
Still we are learning.
We have some way to go.
We are a broken nation. Still we are accepting each other. The devolved system of governance we started to 2010 after the new constitution was adopted. But unfortunately, even the voters contributed a lot. When you're electing a leader, you have to be very careful. You have to check, this guy is going to deliver the services to the society.
Sure.
Can we have a leader who we can entrust to them the budget itself, the money itself?
Yes.
We want a leader who can convert his energy and commitment into results. And the problem we have, since the Kenya adopted the evolved system of governance, then even the county themselves, they are looting billions on millions of shillings. With what they call, sometimes what they call, unprocedural, contracts. They are awarding contracts individuals who can loot the public money.
Yeah.
So, to contain all those issues, first and foremost, we have to, check the leader we are going to elect. Secondly, we have to put, officers who can who are patriotic enough, at least, you know, you can deliver the service to the society. Thirdly, society must aware that where the money goes.
Yes.
The government must be accountable for that.
Do you think there should be a system where...
And again, unfortunately, today, if you want to be a rich, go to public office, not private office. You will be a rich in a span of 7 days. Somebody has made a deal of 7 days, almost $1 billion shilling. The following day, the guy is just buying houses and cars and everything in the town. He was a poor guy. He just graduated school just the other day. Maybe it's a 30-year or 20-year-old. We have almost 50 millionaires of 30-year-old or 25 years of age.
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. We have to stop such kind of looting in our country.
Right.
Otherwise, this nation, we want to, in fact, to prosper. We want our country to be what we First World War.
Sure.
So if we are not concerned about well-being, then we are doomed to fail.
Mr. Kambona, do you feel it is our fault for electing these leaders who end up, just biting us in the back at the same time after we put them in office?
Thank you for that question, Trixie. And one thing I wanted to emphasize here is we don't discuss such matters so that we recognize that they exist. But I think it's always good to discuss such matters and see how to resolve the issues that are underlying. And that is centered to the question you just asked. So, like my colleague Sheikh says, yes, it starts with us as the individual. What kind of a country do you want? I want a country where we have leaders who are for public good, those who go to serve us and not just serve their interests.